Thank you for coming to Tuscany Bistro's Kitchen. Tonight, I have a lot of requests from people asking me about meatball recipe. So I'm gonna make a meatballs. It's similar what we make in the restaurant. The only difference is we making it only with ground beef today. Okay? Like this you can make at home. At the restaurant we use ground veal, pork, and beef, equal amounts. So, but a lot of folks in the house only have ground beef, and that I'm going to show you how it's make. Right here, we have approximately 3 pounds ground beef, 1 onions, this is something that's gonna take you at least half an hour. So I'm gonna show you how it's made. And after that, I got some in the oven already making. Like this, you can see the final meatballs product done. So right here, you get little very fine onions. Dice as fine as you can. Okay. Let me start heat up my frying pan. Right. This I use one small onion, about half a cup of onion dice. You can put it raw if you want to. I like to cook the onion a little bit first. Like this, it's nice and tender, and I get all the flavor I'm looking for. All right, so we got the onion here. All right, we're gonna start with a little bit of oil. Very simple. And here I got approximately 6 cloves of garlic, diced very fine. So the garlic and the onion is going to go together there. Gonna leave that one alone for a few minutes. We don't want to brown the onions. We just want to get the flavor of the onions. That's it. So right here I got a little bit pepper, a little bit salt, and of course a lot of love. That's the main ingredient in this recipe. Now here I got some fresh Italian parsley. You know, you're gonna give it a little rough chop. If you want it very fine, it's fine. I don't. I want to taste it and be able to see it. So we're gonna give it a little a rough chop. All right. Parsley goes there in the meat. We got some fresh basil. Just make sure always use fresh ingredients. Maximo is watching my onions there. So a rough chop, that don't have to be. All right. Now, as you see, we got the onions there. Now, we're gonna get the bowl here. We're gonna add the onions there. Okay, onion and garlic. Now we got 3 eggs. Okay. Beat the eggs well. Now, um, let me see. Maximum, you got the milk. Milk. I'm gonna give like 1 cup of milk. That'd be enough there. So,
So why do you use 2 forks?
well, the reason I use 2 forks is because it's easy for me to whisk the eggs or beat the eggs better. It's quicker. So now we got our Parmesan cheese, our pepper. It's like a half a tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, now you're asking why he makes the eggs and the cheese and the salt and pepper together. There's a reason why. Because if I do only here, some of the meat is gonna get salt, pepper, and cheese. I don't want down. So if you whisk everything together, now you combine that's like that. Okay? So I have in my glove. So remember, one hand is wet, one hand is dry. So Maximo, put me a big frying pan at slow flames there with a little bit of oil, the big one. So make sure you incorporate it well. Okay. Now you see when I mix the cheese, the egg, and the cream together, the salt and pepper, everything is gonna taste the same. Right here I got around 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Well, now you start mixing. Da oven, da gotta go in the oven, son. Búsquese uno que vaya al horno. So you mix it well. I don't like to put too much breadcrumbs in my meatballs because I want to be able to taste the meatball. I don't want to have something that's going to be only bread. You know, you have to be able to feel the meatball in your mouth. The way when you eat it, it's meat. It's not only bread. A lot of restaurants put more bread than anything else. More bread than meat. Let me clean up a little bit here. Carlitos, put this one there for me. The reason a lot of restaurants, let me clean my hand first. The reason a lot of restaurants put in a lot of breadcrumbs is because they want to make it more, you know. But in this case, for me, it's about quality. It's not about stretching the product to make more. Quality is the main thing in cooking. So now, everybody got ice cream scoop at home. So right here you get very little tiny oil, not too much. Rub it around. Look how simple. You see? This is how you make it. Now, I'm gonna make few because this take a while. So I'm gonna make few. Now you understand the whole process of how to make meatballs. And this goes in the oven. Okay, we're gonna make these ones. And like this, you see the whole process. Let me clean my hands again. So right here, let me clean my board, take everything out of the way. I don't like to work in a dirty station. I always want my stations to be clean. So you come here, I show you how you're gonna do this. Pop that one to the oven. All right. So put in the pan. Just make sure you sear it. And tell Alan to clean the bowl. I give it to him, but I need it ASAP. No.
Saludos, Tio.
Saludos to. That's my niece. She say, "How you doing, Uncle?" You know, this is people who live in other countries and start seeing our videos. The other day was a guy from Uganda, and I want to say hello, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching me from your own country. So, as you see here, you brown the meatballs a little bit. And like I say, the reason I made it with ground beef is because a lot of the people, most of the people have ground beef at home, not the veal and the pork. But if you want to have the real traditional Tuscany meatball, the one we make here, Tuscany Bistro, is equal amounts of ground beef, veal, and pork. The rest is the same, the onions, the Parmesan cheese, it's the same system. Now this goes in the oven for about a few minutes. So now you see here, folks, I got some already made because I wanted you to see how nice and golden brown they look like. And here, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make the sauce to finish these meatballs. So now we're gonna make spaghetti and meatballs. Like in Italian, polpettone de carne al pomodoro. So right here, now we're gonna get a little garlic and a little bit of onions. This is now when we're gonna make the sauce. We're gonna add a little bit of oil. Maximo's gonna make me 2 nice slices of bread on the grill, nice and big. It's nothing better with the weather right now. It's cold outside. Spaghetti meatballs and a piece of bread to dip in. It's one of my favorite meals. So we're gonna set up our dinner plate here. Carlitos, can you pass me a little bit of Parmesan cheese, son? Oh no, I have it here, son. I got it here. So, okay, so now, here we have our marinara sauce. One of these days, I showed you a recipe how to make marinara sauce. So you bring it back here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit more fresh basil. In this case, we're not gonna chop the basil, we're gonna leave as it is. Little parsley. And we're gonna get our spaghetti. Actually, we're gonna, now there, let's do spaghetti. We're gonna go traditional. But you can make it with whatever pasta you want. Linguine is fine, fettuccine. It's up to you folks. Before I put the spaghetti, remember, you gotta taste your food, see what that needs. Basically, the only thing that needs a little bit salt, a little bit pepper. If you want a little spice, just add a little crushed red pepper. And we're ready to serve, my friends. Look at how good that looks. Did that look good or no? Or what, man? Delicious. This recipe is going to be in our cookbook. Okay? So now we're going to serve it. I just want you folks to try this at home. I want to see how you like this recipe. I want you call me and let me know. And you can make this recipe with lamb if you want to. You can make it with venison, even chicken if you want it. Just make sure you buy good quality ingredients. 3 beautiful meatballs go in there. The rest is for me and Maximo. I don't think he's gonna get nothing but. We see. Right here, we have a little Parmesan cheese. A beautiful piece of basil as a garnish. And 2 slices of garlic bread. And there we go, folks. You see how simple making meatballs? Thank you for cooking with Uncle Eddie.